So hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So all of you know that guys that myself Jivan Nath. I am a UPSC aspirant. I have done my graduation in 2021. From that I am preparing for civil service, state PCS as well as central PCS. I mean UPSC. Okay. So guys, I am starting a new series of ancient Indian history, medieval Indian history and modern Indian history, also going through the post independence. Okay. So this is the first video of first lecture of ancient Indian history. So in this video I am going to basically discuss Indus Valley Civilization. Actually I am sharing my notes. I am made notes on a PDF format. So I am sharing my notes, some of my notes, that is point wise. So let's start. So this is the first lecture of Indus Valley Civilization. Okay, let's start. So introduction. So Indus Valley Civilization, we know that the history of India begins with the birth of Indus Valley Civilization. That means the history of India begins with the Indus Valley Civilization. We basically read our history from the Indus Valley Civilization. Then it flourished around 2500 before Christ in the western part of South Asia, contemporary Pakistan and western India. The Indus Valley was home to the largest of the four ancient urban civilizations, that is Egypt, Mesopotamia, Indian civilization and Chinese civilization. Okay. In 1920s, the Archaeological Department of India carried out excavation in the Indus Valley, wherein the ruins of the two old cities, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, were unearthed. That means excavated. When in 1920s. The Archaeological Department of India excavated Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. In 1924, John Marshall, Director General of Archaeological Survey of India, announced the discovery of a new civilization in the Indus Valley to the world. That means in 1924, when in 1920s, two excavated sites of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa of Indus Valley civilization sites were excavated. Then in 1924, John Marshall declared a new civilization of Indus Valley civilization to the world. That means the recognition that is given by John Marshall in 1924. The IVC was a Bronze Age civilization in the northeastern regions of South Asia, lasting from 3300 before Common Era to 1300 before Common Era, and in its nature and its mature form from 2600 before Common Era to 1900 before Common Era. It is called, this is the mature form of Indus Valley civilization, mature. So important sites of Indus Valley civilization. So what are the sites that have Indus Valley civilization? Firstly, we have to read about the Harappa site. This site excavated by Dairam Sahini. So Harappa site was excavated by Dairam Sahini in 1921. When this site situated on the bank of also I am giving the notes on bank of river Ravi. This is the situated Harappa. This site is situated in the bank of river Ravi in Montgomery district of Punjab, Pakistan. Now it is Harappa is in Pakistan presently. So what are the important findings in Harappa that I also provided in these notes? So the important findings of this site is sandstone statues of human anatomy and granaries and copper block cards and bits of pottery with Indus script, Cubical limestone weight, Faience slag, Coffin burials. Although that is one more thing, it is important very. Coffin burials only find in Harappa, and terracotta figures also find in Harappa site. Then the second important and most important site is Mohenjo-daro. It is also called Mound of Dead. This site is excavated by R.D. Banerjee in 1922. The first site is excavated in 1921, that is Harappa, and second is Mohenjo-daro, which is excavated in 1922 by R.D. Banerjee. This site is situated on the bank of river Indus and in Larkara district of Punjab, Pakistan. This is also presently in Pakistan. So what are the important findings of this site? That is great bath, great granary, bronze dancing girl statue, seal of Pasupathi Mahadeva, Steatite statue of beard man, a piece of hand cotton, unicorn seals, and seal of a man with deer, elephants, tigers, and rhinos around. Consider it Pashupati Seal, that is a Pashupati Seal. Also Steatite statue of beard man, bronze buffalo, all this. And the third Indus Valley Civilization site is important, Sutka Jendro, excavated by Stein in 1929. This site is situated in the southwestern Balochistan province, Pakistan, on Das River. Also, what are the important findings of this site? A trade point between Harappa and Babylon presently called Sri Lanka. Okay. Flint blades, stone vessels, stone arrowheads, salvage, pottery, Bacteria Margiana archaeological complex, associated copper, bronze, bricks, all these things. And the most important, Sanhudaro. This is also Indus Valley Civilization site. This site is excavated by N.G. Mazumdar in 1931. This site is situated on the Indus Valley River. So what are the important findings of this site? The first thing is bead maker shop, footprint of a dog, setting a cat, Bangle Factory, Inkpot, the footprint of a dog. This is also, I have mentioned it. A cart with a seated driver. Note, it is very important thing. Note, this site, this Sanhudaro site is the only city without a citadel. Okay, that is very important note. Then 5 number point is Amri. This is also Indus Valley IPC site, excavated by N.G. Mazumdar in 1935. This site is situated on the bank of Indus River. The important findings of this site is antelope evidence and rhinoceros evidence. And the 6th number site is Kalibangan. This site is excavated by Ghose in 1953. This site is situated in Rajasthan on the bank of Ghaggar river. What are the important findings of this site? Fire altar, camel bones, wooden plaques. Okay. Lower fortified town, wooden drainage, copper rocks, evidence of earthquake, camel's bone, camel's furrowed land. Then the 7 number site is Lothal. This site is excavated by R. Rao in 1953. This site is situated in Gujrat on Bhogwa river near Gulf of Cambay. Okay. What are the important findings of this site? First, man-made port, then dockyard, rice huts, fire altars, displaying, port town, all these things, and graveyard, ivory, weight balance, copper dock, dockyard, displaying, all these things are found in what? Lothal. Okay. Also rice huts, that is very important. Rice also found in Rangpur site. Rangpur was also a Indus Valley Civilization site. Okay. First rice found in Rangpur. Okay, that is one more important note. Then Terracotta, that is a very important site of Indus Valley Civilization. This site is excavated by J.P. Joshi in 1964. This site is situated in Gujrat. The important findings of this site is bones of horse, wheat, stone covered habit. Then Vanavali, excavated by R.S Bisht in 1974. This site is situated in Hisar district of Haryana. The important findings of this site is beads, barley, evidence of both pre-Harappan and Harappan culture, an oval shaped settlement, the only city with radial street. toy plaque, and the largest number of barley grains. And the 10 number, very important, Dholavira. This is also very important site of Indus Valley Civilization. Okay, so who excavated? R.S Bisht in 1985. This site is excavated. Also, this site is situated in Gujrat in Rann of Kachch. Okay, what are the important findings of this Dholavira site? Water harnessing system, water reservoir, exclusive water management. Only site to be divided into 3 parts. Giant water reservoir, unique water harnessing system. I have already mentioned dams, embankments, stadium, rock cut architecture, all this. And also one more important, Rakhigarhi. Rakhigarhi to be developed as iconic site. Faience Union Budget 2022-21 has proposed to develop a Rakhigarhi Hisar district area as an iconic site. Why? 4 other archaeological sites in Hastinapur, Uttar Pradesh, Sivsagar, Assam, Dholavira, Gujrat, and Adisalanur in Tamil Nadu will also be developed as the iconic sites with on-site museums. Rakhigarhi. Why is Rakhigarhi important? Rakhigarhi is the largest Harappan site in the Indian subcontinent, because we know that India-Pakistan case. Okay, that's why Rakhigarhi is the largest site of Indus Valley Civilization in Indian subcontinent. That is very important point of view from the prelims question. Other large sites of Harappa civilization on Indian subcontinent are Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Ganferiwala in Pakistan, and Dholavira, Gujrat in India. Dholavira also a largest site of Indus Valley civilization sites at present India. At Rakhigarhi, the excavations are being done to trace its beginnings and to study its gradual evolution from 6000 before Common Era to pre-Harappan phase 2500 before Common Era. The site was excavated by the Amarendranath of ASI, okay, Archaeological Survey of India. So what are the major findings in this site? The archaeological excavations revealed the mature Harappan phase represented by plant township having mud brick as well as the brown brick houses with a proper drainage system, and seals and pottery as a cylindrical seal with 5 Harappan characters on one side and a symbol of an alligator on the other is an important find from this site. Okay. The ceramic industry represented by rat ware, which included this on extensive vase, perforated jar, among others, other antiquities, blades. Okay. Also, rituals and burials also find recent findings. Now, phases of Indus Valley civilization. Okay, there are 3 phases of Indus Valley civilization. The first is called early Harappan phase from 3300 to 2600 before Common Era. This is the early Harappan phase, and the mature Harappan phase is from 2600 before Common Era to 1900 before Common Era. This is called a mature Harappan phase, and the third number is the late Harappan phase from 1900 to 1300 before Common Era. Okay. The early Harappan phase is related to the Hakra phase. Identified the Ghaggar Hakra river valley. This is Ghaggar Hakra. This is the site where findings of early Harappan phase is excavated. Okay. The earliest examples of the Indus Valley script date back to 3000 before Christ. This phase is thence characterized by centralized authority and an increasingly urban quality of life. Urban quality. This is the first urban phase. Trade networks had been established, and their trade networks also established, and there are evidence of the cultivation of crops What are the crops? Piyaz, sesame, so dates, cotton, etc. Kodiji represents the phase leading up to mature Harappan phase. By 2600 before Christ, the Indus Valley Civilization had entered into a mature phase. Okay. The early Harappan communities were turning into large urban centers like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro in Pakistan and Lothal in India. The signs of a gradual decline of the Indus Valley Civilization river are believed to have started around 1800 before Christ, and by 1700 before Christ most of the cities were abandoned. However, one can see the various elements of ancient Indus Valley civilization in later cultures. Archaeological data indicates the persistence of the late Harappan culture till 10,000 or 1000 to 900 before Christ. So now we will understand and learn the town planning and structures of the IVC. So now we will understand the town planning and structures of Indus Valley civilization. So let's start. The Harappan culture was distinguished by a system of town planning. This is the unique system of Indus Valley civilization that is never seen in another civilization, just as the Mesopotamia and Chinese and Egyptian. Okay, this is the most developed and planned and well-developed sites of ancient. Okay, so that's why this is the very well-developed and well-maintained and well-cleanest among the another third. Okay, also that's why the Indus Valley civilization is very much more important. And Harappa and Mohenjo-daro had its own citadel or acropolis, which was possibly occupied by members of the ruling class. Below the citadel in each city lay a lower town containing brick houses which were inhabited by the common people. That means citadel and this is called citadel, and this is for common people. This citadel is for the king who ruling. They live in citadel, and who ruled, they live in this particular area. This is called citadel, and this is called lower town. Okay. Imagine Sotavim cartoon where the king live in rock. Where this is called citadel, and this is called lower town, where the general people were lived. This is the imaginary discussion of the citadel and lower town. Okay. Below the citadel is city. I have already mentioned. The remarkable thing about the arrangement of the houses in the cities is that they followed the grid system. Grid system, that is this. So let me write here. Grid system, this is called grid system. This is road, that is also a road, this is also a road. This type of here is home. This is called grid system. Okay. And the granaries constitute an important part of the Harappan cities. Granaries, storeroom. We presently called it storeroom. Okay. The use of burnt bricks, very important. They are mature. They are. Can you understand their mindset? In those times, those ancient times, they are capable of thinking about burnt bricks. Can you think about it? In the Harappan cities is remarkable because in the contemporary buildings of Egypt, mainly dried bricks were used. Mainly dried bricks. Don't even. That's why I have already told that IVC, Indus Valley Civilization, is the IVC is the well developed and well maintained and well understandable site of ancient history. The drainage system, their valley cleanliness I have already mentioned. Drainage system of Mohenjo-daro was very impressive. In almost all cities, every big or small house had its own courtyard and bathroom. Very important, courtyard and bathroom, every for particular. They also in Kalibangan many houses and had their wells. At a site such as Dholavira and Lothal, now in Gujrat, the entire settlement was fortified. Fortified, that means this is called fortified, and that is home, all these things. Okay, this is rounded, fortified, and sections within the town were also separated by wells. Now we will discuss on agriculture. There, how they do agriculture. What types of seeds, what types of the crops they were gaining. The Harappan village mostly situated near the flat plains, where is water they consume easily, produce sufficient food grains, wheat, barley, rye, piyaz, sesame, lentil, chickpea and mustard were produced. Millets are also found from sites in Gujrat, while rice were relatively rare. Rice also found in Rangpur and Lothal. The Indus people were the earliest people to produce cotton. They produced cotton. This is very important thing. While the prevalence of agriculture is indicated by finds of grain, it is more difficult to reconstruct actual agriculture practices. Representation on seals and terracotta sculpture indicate that the bull was known. The archaeologists and the extrapolate shows oxen were also used for flogging. The most Harappan sites are located in semi-arid lands where irrigation was probably required for agriculture. Traces of canals have been found at the Harappan sites, Sotughai in Afghanistan, but not in Punjab or Sindh. Although the Harappans practiced agriculture, animals were also reared on a large scale. Evidence of the horse comes from a superficial level of Mohenjo-daro and from a doubtful terracotta figurine from Lothal. In any case, the Harappan culture was not horse-centered. Okay. Now we will understand the economy of Indus Valley Civilization, how their economy works. The importance of trade. They also trade with Mesopotamia and Egypt. Okay. In the life of the Indus people is witnessed by the presence of numerous seals, uniform script and regulated weight and measures in a wide area. That is the core area. We can understand their trading system. They have weights and measures, regulated uniform scripts and seals also. Okay. Seals of Mesopotamia, seals of Egypt they have. That's why we can excavate it. We have excavated this. That's why we assume that they trade with the Mesopotamia and Egypt. Also sometimes Chinese. Some Harappans carried on considerable trade in stone, metal and shell. Metal money was not used and trade was carried by barter system. That means you know that barter system. Okay. They practice navigation on the coast of the Arabian Sea. They had set up a trading colony in northern Afghanistan which evidently facilitated trade with Central Asia. They also carried commerce with those in the land of the Tigris and Euphrates. The Harappans carried on long distance trade in lapis lazuli, which may have contributed to the social prestige of the ruling class. Now we will discuss crafts and handicrafts that they have done. What are the crafts they have done? The Harappans were very well acquainted with the manufacturing and use of bronze. Copper was obtained from the Khatri copper mines and of Rajasthan, and tin was possibly brought from Afghanistan, and they made bronze. Okay. Copper plus tin is equal to bronze. Textile impressions have also been found on several objects. Huge brick structure suggests that the brick laying was an important craft. This also attests to the existence of a class of masons. The Harappans practiced boat making, bead making, and seal making. This is also their craft. Terracotta manufacture was also an important craft. The goldsmiths made jewelry of silver, gold, and precious stones. The Peter's wheel was in full use, and the Harappans produced their own characteristic pottery, which was glossy and shining. Now we will read about institutions. Very few written materials have been discovered in the Indus Valley, and the scholars have not been able to decipher the Indus script so far. So as a result, there is a difficulty in understanding the nature of the state and institutions of the Indus Valley civilization, because we have not deciphered the script. No temples have been found at any Harappan site. Therefore, the possibility of the priest ruling Harappa can be eliminated. Harappa was possibly ruled by a class of merchants. If we look for a center of power or for depictions of people in power, archaeological records provide no immediate answers. Some archaeologists are of the opinion that Harappan society had no rulers, and that everybody enjoyed equal status. Very important, enjoyed equal status. Another theory argues that there was no single ruler, but a number of rulers representing each of the urban centers. Now we will discuss religion of Indus Valley civilization. In Harappa, numerous terracotta figures of women have been found. In one figure, a plant is shown growing out of the embryo of a woman. The Harappans therefore looked upon the earth as a fertility goddess and worshipped her in the same manner as the Egyptians worshipped the Nile goddess Isis. The male deity is represented on a seal with three horned heads and represented in the sitting posture of yoga. This god is surrounded by an elephant, a tiger, a rhinoceros, and has a buffalo below his throne. At his feet appear two deer. The depicted god is identified as Pashupati Mahadeva. Numerous symbols of the phallus and female sex organs made of stone have been found. The people of the Indus region also worship trees and animals. The most important of them is the one-horned unicorn, which may be identified with the rhinoceros, and the next important was the humped bull. Amulets have also been found in large numbers. Now we will understand how Indus Valley civilization has been declined. Okay. I have made pointwise notes. The Indus Valley civilization declined around 1800 before Common Era, but the actual reason behind its demise are still debated. One theory claims that the Indo-European tribe Aryans invaded and conquered the Indus Valley civilization. Aryans. In later cultures, various elements of the Indus Valley civilization are found which suggest that the civilization did not disappear suddenly due to an invasion. On the other hand, many scholars believe that natural factors are behind the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. The natural factors could be geological or climatic. Geological, that means flood, earthquake, and climatic, that means the drought. It is believed, drought, monsoon, and other things. It is believed that the Indus Valley region experienced several tectonic disturbances, which causes earthquakes, which also changes courses of river and dried them up. Also, one reason is the rivers are dried, and earthquakes also one reason, and flood, all these things. There could be also dramatic shifts in the river's courses, which might have brought floods to the food producing areas. That's why this is also one of the reasons. Due to the combination of these natural cases, there was a slow but inevitable collapse of Indus Valley civilization. So guys, this is we have finished the first lecture of Indus Valley civilization. I have given my complete notes on Indus Valley civilization in a point wise. So hope you like that. So in the next video I will come soon. So thank you.